What is up, guys? This is Mateo's 2020 Politics here. And let's just get straight into it. No! The economy is not awesome. No, it's not even decent. Now, you might be thinking, Mateo, you are one conspiracy theorist. I mean, how could you say the economy is not doing amazingly, I guess? Sorry if I keep looking at me. I have the computer here. It's just like for lighting purposes, I guess, because I don't want to set this up too much. But let me just get into it so you guys don't think I'm absolutely insane. Okay, so did you know that almost half of the United States' population only has about a 30,000 year money salary? That is terrible. That is awful, especially because I'm liberal and we actually care about people's wealth equality. We don't just want rich people and poor people. We actually want everybody to be close to middle. Okay? Sorry. That's my mom. We have to understand that when almost half of the workers' population only makes $30,000 a year, that is not a good thing. They can barely hold on to their homes. It's probably falling apart. Oh, and even worse, 80% of the United States' population lives paycheck to paycheck. 80%! The economy's not doing amazingly. It's not. Sure. So, okay, let's say you're just in denial and you say, well, okay, so the people are not doing well, but yeah, corporations are doing very well. Well, first of all, you don't sound like a good person if you say that. Second of all, there's a reason because why the money itself in the economy is inflated, but the people are not. Here's what I mean. Here's how. The U.S. is $22 billion in debt. Sorry, I mean 22 trillion. I keep saying 22 billion, but the U.S. is $22 trillion in debt to the world. The national U.S. debt is only about 13 trillion, I believe. Minimum it's 12 trillion, maximum 14. I think it's actually 13. But we owe by far more money than we actually have. Yes, we're doing amazingly. Our economy's awesome. Just look at the CNN interview that they had with Amy Klobuchar, where they were like, I think it was Chris Cuomo or Jake Tapper. Yeah, Jake Tapper. He was like, yes, the economy is doing wonderfully. Yay! Amy Klobuchar, what do you think? Amy Klobuchar was like, yes, it is doing amazingly. So everybody seems to think that, not just Trump supporters. Everybody seems to think that, except for me and a few political commentators. And yes, I have watched them. And no, I am not copying them, because when I watch what they're saying and I listen to what they're saying about all of these things, except for the $22 trillion thing, that's what I knew, I have to look up facts. I feel like Trump supporters have a bit of a hard time looking at facts. They seem to state their own opinion. So this isn't a matter of an opinionated thing. This is something hard to accept, and I get it. You're not just going to be like, okay, fine, the economy's bad. It's going to take a while to accept. Because you guys are hardcore Trump supporters. Or some of you are. I do have a pretty decent, I'm going to say, my cats are interested in politics. I just came over right when I started talking about Trump supporters. Thing with you guys is that you like the bone. So Trump's approval rating is about 42%. I mean, the highest poll says 45, the lowest say like 40, so I'm just going to put it down to 42. There has been a bit of a peak. You have to understand, the only thing that's holding Trump together is the economy, and that's because we're trillions of dollars in debt. And also, you have to thank Obama. He took us out of the 2008 stock market crash that little W Bush created in his last year of the presidency. You have to understand this, that when you get, it's like the 10% of Trump's base, like the flesh of your arm. It's like, okay, take away the economy and they're gone, okay? Because the thing is that Trump's approval rating with the Democratic Party is actually decently high. You got some centrists there. It's about 10%. 10%. So, I mean, I'm going to guess that a few of them, maybe like, I'm going to say like 3%, like 3%, I'm going to say, are probably just absolute centrists. Like, maybe even a bit center-right, because the times have really changed. But they actually might like Trump because they respect him. They might approve of him in a poll. But the other, like, vast majority, like 7% or even 8% of Democrats are going to like Trump because of the economy. So, when the only reason why you guys like Trump, and this is Republicans too, when the only reason why you like Trump is because of the economy, one reason, that is not a reason to like him. That is not a reason. You have to understand his actual political policies, because you can't have the only reason of liking Trump as for something that isn't even true. The economy's not amazing right now. It isn't. We have to understand that. It's not. It's in bad shape, if anything. I mean, again, you get his 42% approval rating when people realize, or they probably will never realize, that the economy is not doing well. We are billions of dollars and trillions of dollars in debt. Almost half of the country's population makes a salary less than $30,000 a year, and 80% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so when people realize this, his approval rating might go to, I don't know, 30%, around there, maybe 30. Yeah, like 30. I'm gonna say like 35. It'll probably go to 35. Because when you get to the bone, when you take out the flesh layer and you get to the bone, that's the 30% that will never leave Trump. They will never leave Trump. Okay? Even if you were to nuke Canada, nuke Boston, nuke Paris, nuke Tokyo, nuke Moscow, and nuke, Liverpool, which isn't even the capital of England. Even if he would do that, he would still have a 30% approval rating. And I'm talking to you, Trump supporters. If he were to shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, he would still have a 30% approval rating, because when you have 30% that's diehard for him, then you have 10 more percent that's like, I respect him, the economy's doing alright. You see? Now, that's what I mean. 30% hardcore, about 10% respect, okay? That's the 40% approval rating that he has, or low 40s. Alright? I'm not trying to scold you, especially because I'm a 13-year-old boy, but I'm trying to teach you guys, the people who are just liking him because the economy is doing well, which it isn't, you guys have to understand this. If you participate in a poll, or you just have your own beliefs, I'm not going to push you to disapprove of him, because that's kind of like too much, but I'm seriously going to want you guys to reconsider approving. You could just be undecided. Because again, his approval rating will probably go down to like 35%. When people realize about the economy, because the lowest he ever was about 37, which was during the Charlottesville riots and just a random moment like a month ago. So that'd be about 35%. I mean, he would have to do some really screwed up stuff for it to go down to 30. Yeah. So, I want you guys to understand this. The economy is not a reason to defend him. There's nothing to defend him on that. So, understand that your only reason has been stripped away, okay? You gotta either disapprove or be undecided. Because when a vast majority of the country's population, especially the richest country in the world, is barely able to afford a home, barely being able to afford food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, no other food they can have, when they're barely able to afford paying for their rent, paying for their taxes, paying for other types of bills. That is not good. So, the workers must feel betrayed. So you guys have to understand, he is not helping the economy. The people are part of the economy. Our wealth is part of the economy. Not just corporations' wealth and flaming. And it's not just Trump supporters who believe this, it's everybody. So thank you for watching my long rant. I mean, I don't mean to make it like a long one because that's going to be kind of like, I'm going to say that it would be kind of boring to watch through, but I think this is a pretty interesting topic. If you get to the ending, please watch the full thing through. See you guys later, and bye. I'll be doing uploads every Friday now.